Howdy, folks. Welcome to Let's Roast eBay with Andy. This is a weird little series that popped up just the other night, when they stormed the Capitol and everybody was freaking out. I was freaking out myself and talked to my brother Eric in Jersey for a little while, and we kind of mellowed each other out a little bit. Um, and I was like, I was still up. I wasn't really tired. It's like, let's do something funny. What am I going to do? So I went live on Facebook and I roasted tenor saxophone mouthpieces on eBay. I just set up camera. Now I have an extra camera going on here so you can see my dumb face while I'm doing it, which is cool or not. Anyway, you come here for the production value and we don't want to let you down. Um, so hopefully I've got everything set up right here to do a little hang. I've been doing a lot of YouTube lives and less. I do a lot of music stuff on my YouTube Supple Owl Electro Jams. Doing that a lot, and it's different when you hit play on the on OBS. It's automatically live, but here you have to hit live, go live on Facebook also. So I was just talking to myself for 3 minutes, and it was not live. Good times. All right, very nice. I like it. It's good. All right. So anyway, figured we'd not do mouthpieces. I mean, eBay is such that a lot of the same stuff is going to be up there. Um, what are the auctions like? Usually a week. So this wouldn't be something you'd do every day or every couple of days, but every once in a while we'll check in and we'll do a little live eBay roast. We'll see what kind of junk people got up here. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings or whatever, but I love this stuff. I love talking about it. I love joking around about it too. And I have my opinions about this stuff. So I enjoy it. I've always been fascinated with the gear side of the saxophone. You know, it's always been a part of what I love about the instrument and playing music. So, hey man, what's happening, Jared? How you doing? Welcome to Let's Roast eBay. Last one was mouthpieces. My regular search lately is just tenor saxophone mouthpiece. I used to be a big Selmer Paris saxophones search on eBay. I'm less crazy over the horns these days. Um, think a lot about mouthpieces though, still, as you do. So I figured we'd look up Con and, you know, uh, maybe King if we have time. How long can we do this for? I don't know, but there's usually a bunch here. I'm no expert. I've just learned a lot over the years um, about these kind of things. I have most of my horns are Selmers. I have a Con Naked Lady tenor. I got my friend Andy from my friend Andy Sikowitz um, in Jersey years ago. It was my first tenor. It's a great horn. I still have it. Play it. It's a very good horn. It was overhauled by Ernie Sola. Let's see here. I want that out of the way. This is a work in progress here, guys. It's a little light. The last one, it was kind of overly bright in the, what you get. It's a little different even than what I'm seeing. But let's check out this Con baritone saxophone. I mean, how do you not? Oh, the other thing was I have a little music to play here. This is some live capture bootleg Gonzi from COVID times. It was one of the last shows of the summer. It was kind of pricey, but it was worth it. Got to see the guys and tell Jerry a joke, and he told me a joke. The kind of things you miss. You don't just miss the music. You miss the hang. So let me know if the music is too loud, or if you can't hear the music, or if my voice is overblown. I've got the mic pretty high, but I don't really want to yell. I want to kind of talk on my regular dulcet tones. The music was a little too loud. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. We'll adjust as we need. So, come on, guy. We're not going to get the blow up picture. All right, it's fine. So we have a student looking horn, right? About $500 right now is the later engraving. What does it say about it? Has no neck. Well, no wonder it's $400. All right, we'll go on elsewhere. You see a lot of these. This is the shooting star. These horns here. $107. You see, these would be great student horns if they didn't need 40 years worth of work. That's the problem. These are good student saxophones, but that's not $100. It's $100 and you got to spend $500 to overhaul it. It's unfortunate because they're way better than a Mendini or what's being made now. You know, I talk a lot about the old Bundys, the old Bundy student altos. I mean, say what you will about those old Bundys, man, but you know, the palm keys are close into the horn. You know, it's not the most comfortable or anything like that, but it's more doable for a kid. And that's what you don't get, because all the modern horns now are just copy of Selmers, but kids can't get their fucking hand around it. It's just stupid. But, you know, what do I know? I don't know nothing. I've only been playing saxophone longer than any of these people have been live. Anyway, so what the hell is this? Oh, don't let that feedback happen there. You got a low A con. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Come on now. I don't like it's not letting me make the picture bigger. Okay, let's see. Maybe we have to... Okay, we got a 6M. 6M. Guy wants $1,000 for it. Alright. Now that is cute. Look at that thing. Ooh, this comes out $1,000 for this horn? Or is that just the current bid? We'll go back and take a closer look. Look at this thing. Hey Melanie, what's happening? I'll bet there is a silver sonic tenor there for $15,000. We'll go look for it. We'll go see it. We'll see if we agree that it's worth $15,000. We'll see. I don't always agree with these guys what they want for their horns. You know how that is. Hey Melody, how you doing? She's the old Vito from Japan tenor, $400 20 years ago. Right. I remember going to a yard sale. I don't know, years ago, and drum stuff. The first time I thought about going drums. I didn't actually for a long time playing drums, but when I first started thinking about it, and we went out there. I was the only one that had a car. And this guy had a tenor. It was before I ever thought about playing tenor. And it was an olds, but it was modern. I mean, it was, yellowish with the nickel-plated keys, but it was unplayed, literally mint condition. It was an olds. It had some engraving on it. It was a very interesting saxophone, tenor. But I was like, I don't know, and I didn't want to give him $400 for it. I wanted $400 for it. I should have bought it. I'd kick myself. That's a horn. I don't have a lot of, quote, horns that got away. But that's one, because that would have put me on tenor years ago, much sooner than I ended up playing tenor. If I'd just given the guy the $400, because I bet you that I'd still be playing that horn. That was a nice instrument. So so the guy wants $22 for it, and we're at $900. So that makes sense. It'll keep going. Reserve not met. So yeah, that guy's not budging. He's going to get his money for it, right? Buy it now as his reserve, right? So we know that. So we'll move on. That's not that that's bad bread. I mean, look, that's a nice horn. Here's your shooting star deal. Doesn't look too bad. But these are student horns, but that's a little dinged. She's a little dinged up there. $80. Hey, you're not buying a saxophone for it. It's got the neck. It's, not like that baritone didn't got a neck on it. $90. But again, you end up, does it play? Is that, who knows, man? Is it worth it? Do you buy saxophones like that? Unless you can repair them yourself and flip them, Let's see here. More of these vintage things. Here we go. Superior early vintage Selmer Con C Melody. Yikes. This is just a whole can of worms. So, what do we got here? I don't know, man. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, Elkhart. Like engraving, early serial number. This had an early copy of the Shroud of Turin in the case. You know what I mean? This is an old one. Man, I don't think who knows, man. Could that play good at all? C Melody with the tenor neck. People like them with the tenor neck, other people don't, A Brillhart 2. I mean, who knows about that, right? Is there any other pictures of the mouthpiece? Might be worth it just for the mouthpiece. You tell me. not a 2 size. If it said a 5 on it, then you'd have something, right? Then I'm talking about the mouthpiece now. More of those shooting star deals. We got a transitional silver plate. Alto. You know, one of the best con altos I ever played was an earlier one, but it didn't have a micro tuner on the neck. It was standard neck. Frank, what's up, dude? Frank says he got a oh man, you got a straight neck New Wonder 2? C Melody? That's crazy. You're going to have to relearn all the tunes. Although you should play them in all 12 anyway, so what does it matter, right? Not do as I say, not as I do. Territory on that one, I think. I think that's where we are. Man, look at this thing. I don't like that palm key stuck open. See that? That's a problem. Looks like this is a fixer up. Oh, we got old white pads, or they're super moldy. Wow, this is a relic. But I like the serial number. It's, 236. I like that. That's in the ballpark. All right, man. Would that make that a transitional? It's got to, right? 236. My tenor is 238. I don't know, man. This is an interesting alto. What's he want? 500. What's that? It's at. He's got a starting bid 449. You might end it. You could have that done up and end up with a really, really nice horn, and you'd still be into it for less than that other guy wanted that 6M, right? If this wasn't too chewed up, you could have a job done on that, and you'd be into it. I mean, 500 plus 12, so you'd be better off. It's not the same as a 6M, but interesting shit. I don't know. You'd have to take a close look at them pictures, seriously, and have your tech look at the pictures too. You know what I mean? Christ, so vintage 1955 con. I like the year. Could that really be 55? Who's saying that? Where's that serial number coming from? We got a cracked mouthpiece. Might be an interesting horn. Fixed up a little bit. Hard reed. Fifth of jack. Could be an interesting horn. You know what I'm talking about? Forget about it. Something about that. This one's got a look to it. The neck's a little fucked up. Oh, Frank's hitting me up. I'm the one says, are we off? Did we drop? Did we drop? Did it drop? I'm asking Frank. Weird. That's why I stopped talking. Frank texted me. I should have responded faster. Anyway. It looks like I'm still rolling. I don't know, man. It looks like we're still going. Anyway, I'm going to keep going for a minute. We'll see. Frank will get back to me. We got the old biped. He says it did for him. I don't know if any of y'all are rolling. It looks like I'm still going. Maybe I'm getting throttled because of the incendiary content. You know what I mean? I would understand. This is a free market economy, and I don't know if this is good for anybody, me telling you how jive these fucking saxophones look. Seriously. Everybody says we're rolling, so we're going to keep going. We have what looks like a re-lacquered con naked lady. Pretty nice. Wow. If that gets you to a better price point, what's he got on it? $500. It's Texas, so you're buying from a trumper, right? So that's not great. And yeah, Frank, that could, Frank says, yeah, I don't know, who knows, man. That happens sometimes. It happened Friday too. Somebody, I think, it got bumped off. I don't know, man. It's a mystery. I'm not directly on a device. I'm using OBS on the other laptop. That's why I'm able to do multiple cameras and the microphone, blah, 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 blah. I think it just likes it better if you do it their way, if you go right through their app, I'm pretty sure, because they don't want you doing anything else. It's all about your... Okay, so let's get back to the fucking horn, all right? You don't want to get me started on the realities and the technologies and how they're controlling us, and it's pork roll, not Taylor ham. You know, it's a whole fucking thing. You know, and I get it. You know, it's all good. You know what I mean? You're cool, Frank. It's cool, baby. Yeah. So anyway, putting the iPad back over there. It might ding a few more times, but eventually you won't hear it over my blah 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 blathering about saxophones. So we are not going to expect to see any Kahn mouthpieces, nor would we want to. Kahn didn't really make playable mouthpieces. The horns are hip. Another C melody here. Antique. You know, when they say antique, that's got to scare you, that word. You know what I mean? Thank you. Call again. All right. The engraving is nice on this. Again, it's C melody. Straight neck. Micro tuner. There you go. So this is neat everything under the sun. And a case. Can you imagine? I can smell the stink of that case from across the country. Where is this one? California? Yeah, you can smell that fucking thing worse than the fires. Straight across the goddamn country, that case. Get rid of it. And somebody's got a bid in on it. Somebody's interested in it. You got a 6 1/4. How high do you think that guy's going? This guy, somebody bid, and right now it's at 6 1/4. So you think, what's your top bid? Clax, that's a good point, man. That's an interesting thing. You think you can tell what I'm doing? Could. I don't fucking care. Screw them, man. Yeah, Melanie. She's thought. Yeah, the old man stink on the cases. That's what Dana, got the tenor, the naked lady from Dana and Andy, and she always says, "Get that case out of here. It has old man stink." I think it's because of the horsehair batting in the case, right? So I don't know though. That's an interesting horn. I think I might have played a C melody. I just never saw the point of it. They don't play that good. You know, there's something weird about it. I remember the one I played. It was an alto neck one, and it was a Kahn, and there was like a middle part of the horn where it didn't know if it was an alto or a tenor. You know, maybe they're better with the tenor necks. I suspect maybe it works a little better with a tenor shaped neck, but. Again, you know, look, I don't know. Let's see here. Shooting star horn, another Chewberry alto. I don't like his pictures. Okay, they're good pictures. Never mind. I don't like the thing under it, but it made it look like a shitty picture. We got gold in the bell. Guy attached the lyre. He doesn't know you're not supposed to do that. We got white replacement pads. Look at that. Wow, someone did a job on that. Seats look okay. Case ain't too dinged up. Neck looks straight. I wonder if they cleaned the tuner neck. Wow, this is a nice alto. Pearls are cool. Some playing wear, you know, but that's kind of a good thing. Yeah. All right. What does he want? $15? $20 shipping? I don't know. You probably should spend a little more, huh? So you might want to spend a few more bucks on shipping just so that it comes in a saxophone shape and it doesn't come out like a euphonium. Seriously. That's the only thing I don't like about that is he's lowballing that shipping. Christ, man. Frank's saying if overhauled right and they have a proper mouthpiece for a C melody, they play as well as any other Kahn. Dig it. That's the rub though, isn't it? A C melody mouthpiece. What do? You take a tone master and cut a 1/4 inch off it? What do you do? What are we talking about? So what is this? This is another pre-Chewberry. Well, I don't like the sound of that. Does that mean it's a New Wonder 1? So here are these unplayable mouthpieces. Here you go. There's a tub. That's a bathtub right there. I wouldn't fit in it, but okay. This is a barn. In car world, they call this a barn find. This is a barn find alto, which can be good. That's why not, right? Barn find is good. All right. Frank says Morgan makes a C melody mouthpiece. That guy thought of everything. You know what I mean? All right. 10M. Grand or best offer, buy it now. $2,000, buy it now, best offer, blah, blah. I can't speak English. You'll get used to it. It's not that bad. For the most part, you'll understand what I say. So, what are we looking at here? Is this original lacquer or re-lacquered? I like that discoloration here. That right there. I like this here. This could be original lacquer horn. I don't know. Kind of orange here. I don't know. Maybe not, right? Engraving looks kind of soft there. With this kind of discoloration, you would have it definitely in the lacquer. If it was the kind of horn that was engraved through the lacquer, and I believe they were. What are you thinking, Frank? Relac? I mean, some of the original horns have lacquer on the pearls, but not enough pictures here to really tell. I think at the price point, I think you assume it's re-lacquered, right? Really, really nice. Yeah, I'd say this looks like my horn, which is re-lacquered. Doesn't make it a bad horn. It's a good horn, you know. What I like about this one over mine is this one, my horn and neck is a little messed up. I got a little bit of neck problems. Come on, guy. Go ahead now. So $2,000, $65 shipping, again out of Houston. That's kind of a nice tenor. I bet you'd dig playing that if you don't need too much. Maybe do really not a lot of pictures of the pads, right? Did we not see much? Come on back now. Yeah, I think the pads are as old as everything else, right? I'm sure they are. Interesting. It's some old, an old tubby mouthpiece. Yeah, the engraving should be through the lacquer, yeah. All right, 1938 10M. Again, we're just gonna put our money on re-lacquered at this point for any con we see. We're just gonna say the over/under on any con you see is re-lacquered. And then the outliers, the river card is your re-lacquered one. You know what I mean? All right, hit my brother up. All right, so this one's nice. More recently refurbished and played. Again, re-lacquered, but fine. What are we looking at? Well, that's an awful lot of money. Come on. Offer yours the nicest contents you'll probably ever see. This horn is one of the great ones. Serial number 1938. Started making a little roll tone holes. We know the history. The condition of lacquer is just stellar as you can see. Some of the original pads remain on the horn, so you'll need to put some loving care. If the tender type horn is a beauty, do not come along every day. Ferrari of tenor saxophones. I don't know if... come on, man. Am I supposed to buy your analogy that a con is a Ferrari of tenor saxophones? Why wouldn't... a Ramponi would be a Ferrari of tenor saxophones. A con is a Hudson of tenor saxophones. A con is a, I don't know, Nash... a Kaiser Darren, or a Nash Rambler, not Rambler, but, the little Nash, what you call it thing. What do we, seriously, the Ferrari of, I don't buy your analogy, kid, you're done. Who is this? Where are we? What are we talking about here? Maryland. Okay, guy. All right. Yeah, I'll agree to horns like that if we go with the premise that this is original, which I don't buy it. Pretty and prominent engraving on the bell. There's no pinpoints in the lacquer. Really, the neck is in fabulous condition. No pull down at all. We'll see about that. Original wooden case. That's rare to find an old man smelling wooden case with a 70-year-old saxophone. It has the con medallion. Yeah, they all do, buddy. Last but not least, this horn still retains its original metal end plug, and may thank God I'm saying, for me, it makes me so happy to know, okay, this baby is priced to move. This baby is priced to move and totally delight her new owner. Okay, so you're telling me, what you're telling me is that a horn whose case, come on, can't point with a horn whose case externally has that much corrosion is really original lacquer? That's what you're telling me? You telling me those red felts are old? Look at that color of that. You're telling me, man, what is this guy? I will admit this is old cork. Okay. But you're telling me that this is the color that this was originally? That's what we're told? We're being told that? Doesn't look like evidence of the cork having been removed. Here, corks over the years. They get marks here from guys scraping them off. However, that does not look original to me. We got 100% original lacquer you've got here. You got a blemish under the lacquer, which wouldn't have come from the factory that way. And she just looks a little dull, doesn't she? She's just like, I'm relacquered. Fucking whatever. Guy. Seriously? She's like, seriously? I'm relacquered. So, yeah, way too yellow, man. Yeah, way too yellow, Eric. Definitely. And the red. It's this red here, too, gives it away. Red felt like that. Get out of here. So I'm saying, I'm calling shenanigans on this guy and his otherwise fairly nice tenor, but it's just not what he's saying it is. What you see here, this is what I'm looking at. Also, if you look closer here, you can see the pitting underneath the lacquer, the scratches, all this stuff here. This is the telt right there. That guy right here. These are the holes in your story here, Mr. Buddy Dude, whoever you are. We're not going to go at him. We're not going to come at me, guy. Anyway, so that horn, I don't buy it, really, Let's hit up another one. This is interesting. Now, this could be a thing. And compared to the price of this one, this is 7 bids, so this isn't done here. This is a set price or best offer for our spurious one, right? Let's check out this 1936 30M. And now this is 12 hours left, $1,600, 7 bids. I bet Frank is one of the bidders on this. Frank, we figured you out. This is where your stimulus check is going to this baby, isn't it? Bad news. The mouthpieces are worthless. Look at them. I like the mouthpiece cap. That's as far as I'd go with you. The ligature. All right. So this looks fucking cool. What's the over-under on originality here? It still looks relacquered, but let's take a closer look if the pictures are cool. Wow. Look at this thing, guys. This is one of my favorite of Jerry's tunes. It's called They Knew. Oh, nice, man. This is a cool horn. Original lacquer or not, I'm digging this thing. We're not taking a too close a look at the pictures yet. The pads yet. They look old. Older pads. A more ornate naked lady. Very nice. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Conqueror. Wow. CONN. I've only seen one or two of these in person. Interesting. I didn't know they spelled Conqueror with 2 N's. Wow, man. This is a neat looking horn, huh? Old school. Let's see. These 2 pads are a little different colored than each other. And they look kind of flat. Oh, interesting, man. Okay, so really, really old neck strap situation. Look at those vintage dealies and paperwork. So Just because it's old and has paperwork. Look at this. You got an old Goldbeck mouthpiece. Let's scrutinize these. Let's take a look at these. Come on now. Go away. Go away. All right, it's not doing good. But so we got one of these, I don't know, weird sparkle air mouthpieces or whatever. Maybe that's a con mouthpiece. And this Goldbeck. People reface these. I just don't know why you'd bother. So yeah, I mean, originality aside, a horn can be really old and have old stuff in the case and everything and still have been relacquered. So it's hard to say on this one. Probably relacquered and probably just many, many years ago, But boy, that is a nice horn. Not for nothing. I don't know if it has the silver key touches underneath. Okay, so let's take a look here. Let's get closer. Indeed, this would have the stirring silver key touches. They do appear to be there, and it looks like they're a little tarnished up because they haven't been used. Or that's lacquer over them. Could that be lacquer over them? See, this is what you need. This is the thing. You need to be in person to really scrutinize the instrument. I mean, I'd say this was just relacquered many years ago, That is a cool horn, huh? I'll tell you what. And when we're talking, we're looking at $1,600. Even if you got to put $1,200-$1,400 into it, you see, buy a case. You're putting let's say you're putting $1,700 into it. You're still better off than buying this thing from this guy for that kind of money. If you ask me, we should do like a celebrity death match type thing with the different saxophones. Have the two horns fight each other. 10M Naked Lady original lacquer, $3,800-ish. Nice. That's what you want to see right here. The corrosion through the engraving. Yeah, boy. Looks cool. Watch, it'll say no neck. Done up recently. Patina on the neck. Patinas on the necks, yeah, you have it, yeah. Patina on the neck. Yeah, man, nice fucking horn. Not a lot of pictures. We're missing some pictures of some things. I don't see... There's not a lot of good pictures of the upper stack or the neck tenon. There's only one picture of the neck. Alright, that's the thing I don't like about this listing, is the pictures. I get it, it's New Mexico, but come on, you can't take pictures? Let's see what he says here. In top playing condition, neck is original in great shape, a great playing horn, example, blah, 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 blah. Free shipping. Come on, spend a few bucks on shipping, what are we talking about? Alright. That's a neat horn. 38 or best offer. I mean, you could tell him you give him 32. Maybe he'll take it. Let me know how you did. Gold-plated New Wonder, 28. No bids. $75 shipping. So... Wow, look at how far apart these are. Look at that. Hilarious. They're not always like that, are they? Or is it just because it's a New Wonder 1? It must be a 1. Yeah, man. Pretty nice fucking horn. I like the polished versus matte here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's real cool. Okay, we got a pretty fucking nice horn here. What are you looking at? Yeah, so it's New Wonder 1, right? What's the number? We have to go back then. Yeah, it's the first model, New Wonder. I guess they can be all right, right? I hear they're a little more finicky. You know the deal. 1932 Transitional tenor. Nice case. Yikes. You see, that's a fake out. See, if I saw that case, someone said, hey, my grandpa had a horn, you want to see it? I'd be so bummed it wasn't like a super balanced action in that case. Like that case, unless it says con on the outside, that case is a sleeper. That case is going to make you like, wow, what's in... Oh, it's a 50s con. Okay. Your grandpa played saxophone, huh? You know, that kind of thing. All right. Does he have any cars? You got a 32 Model A in the garage, you know? What do you got? Yeah, I don't know. It's got rolled tone holes. Look at that. But it's got this weird, very basic engraving of the name on it. This is a weird horn. Yikes. Look at these pads. God. That looks like muffins. They look like bran muffins or something on there. This horn needs a whole bunch of everything. You know what I mean? But it's an interesting saxophone. I don't really understand. It's got that extra key there. This horn is odd. Kind of a mystery. Interesting horn. I'd like to know more about it. Kind of a lot of money. Definitely a relacquered horn, so why would you spend so much? I don't know. This is interesting. We haven't seen a lot. It's all been tenors mostly. Frank says someone bent those keys so they wouldn't be that far apart. That's interesting. Well, I'd be coming by the shop and having you fix it because I couldn't play that shit. Christ almighty. So we got a con soprano. I don't think I've played a con soprano in years, man. You know, it's not like the old days. You could go in shops and there were all these horns to try. And even, you know, so you'd have to seek something like this out. But I haven't played a con soprano in years. What I really remembered liking was the Buescher sopranos, like Sidney Bechet played, or Bichette, however you say that. I don't know how you say it. Sidney Bechet. So kind of a basket case baritone. I just like looking at baritones. I'll never buy one. But I like looking at them, that's for sure. Mouthpieces too, but that's an expensive habit, man. Christ almighty. Regular reeds are expensive enough. So we got another naked lady, I think, here. Ish. This neck looks funny. Look at that shape. That's not good. Yeah, again, our over-under is relacquered on a con saxophone. We're not assuming. I know this could be. This doesn't look so bad, actually. Who knows? You'll find out when you get it closer to you. 338. Are we rolled tone holes on this? No, we're not. So this is after. But again, this neck looks fucked, man. This looks like someone, like they lost the neck so that your niece made you one out of Play-Doh to try to cheer you up. That's what that looks like. It looks like someone made, like that, man. Clack says he's got an old con soprano. It's not easy. No, I'm sure. But it's 100 years old. You gotta give it the Benny, you know? Benefits of the daddies. The Bennies, whatever. Is that Benadryl? Benzedrine? Ladyface microtuner underslung octave. Ladies and gentlemen, all the modern features. You know, this one right down the plate. Relacquered. Probably a pretty nice horn, assuming the work was done all right and it's not too otherwise banged up. There's a lot of crazing in the lacquer right here. This could have some upper end damage to it. 1,500? Who knows? Is that you, Frank? Is that one yours? That's in Connecticut. All right. New under 2. I like the color of this. Not sure what happened to it. Someone did that on purpose, that looks like. Yikes, what did they do? Ugh. I don't like. I know me gusta. No me gusta. I like the mouthpiece. It's got tip problem, bite plate problems. But look at that. Yikes. It looks like the skin of the old woman in The Shining, right? Man, look at this. What happened? This is not a hot rod. You can't just spray clear coat on the fucking thing, all right? The hell they do? But they didn't do the keys? You should have at least painted the keys like green and yellow alternating or something. Like go whole hog ass hat on it. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. That's gross. And the guy wants 30... Wow. I think we have a winner here, folks. I think we have found we're going to keep going. We're going to stay the course because it gets worse. What I found out, yeah, it looks like spray tan, man. This is the Donald Trump of tenor saxophones, and it's even got a white mouthpiece. Who the fuck's kidding? Are you kidding? We have found the one for the night, man. We have found. Let's go over it again, shall we? Let's drink it in, maybe. So it's got, initially, I was like, I like the look of this instrument. And I kind of do. But then, you notice that this is sprayed on here. So, and they may have even buffed it down and then, put lemon or something on it to make it orange and then the clear coat. Like, I don't think the color is that clear coat stuff. I think that comes after. I think they treated it. One of a kind, yeah. It's one of a kindly get the fuck out of my house. That's what one of a kind it is. It's one of a kindly leave the premises. I will give you 10 seconds. The killbots are live. This is... I like the idea of a modern... This is all just a totally custom deal, right? Someone must have got this cheap. You know what we'll do? We'll fix it up. Do you think this is one of these Kurt Alterac abominations? There's probably more to it that's weird that as a repair guy, would see that I'm not seeing. Interesting, man. And I'm not trying to go after Kurt Alterac. Like, I'm not trying to start a fight with the guy. More shooting star deals... 16M, I would tell a student to buy one of these in a fucking heartbeat if they didn't all need, $1,500 worth of repair. What do we got here? Naked Lady, Alto, 6M. Wow. This has got a good color to it. Relacquered, we don't know yet. But it's got the look, doesn't it? That picture kind of jumps the shark a little bit, though. Makes it look more yellow. Yeah, Again, you go with your over-under. Relacquered until proven relacquered until proven innocent, right? Another C melody. I'm not even going to look at that. Yikes. That's a hot mess. That's the... All right. More altos. Really early. Ancient. Look at that. Look at how little shellac is on that pad. That's factory shit, right? Probably. Well, no, probably not, I'd say. Because it's got all these markings on it, serial numbers. So whoever had as little respect to scratch a serial number in a saxophone is the person that put that pad in. Very little wear. Those could be original pads. Look at that. No wear on the pearls. Mouthpiece. Interesting. Anyway, I don't know. We're moving on. Portrait Alto. Ooh, boy. Here we go. Now you got something that's got the Indian on it. Pretty worn. Worldwide Sax. Remember this website? Wow. That brings me back. Boy, I've wasted so many years of my life looking at this stuff. Oh my god. Could have really made something of myself. Anyway. Odd horn. Look at the pinky table thing. Look at the G sharp is odd here. I don't know if they were all like that, or if it's because that's odd. Took a big fucking dinger here, huh? Yikes. Tone holes fucked up. Oy, man, that's a bummer. It's like somebody used this one to shovel snow. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Yeah, look at that. There's like solder on top of solder. Looks like he used a lighter to heat that up. All right. So that one is an unfortunate reality in Alto vintage saxophones. Vito Con 7M version. Whoa, look at this thing. Wow. It's got all the crap with it. Okay, now this is probably not a great saxophone, but this is cool. I love these are plastic, and this was cheap to do these black bumper adjusters, but I always loved how they looked. A kid at my age had his dad was the music teacher in Brick, at Island Heights rather, where I grew up, and he had one of the Yanagasawas that has the black. I always thought it looked cool, man. I know it's cheaper, it's the cheaper version, whatever, but fuck it, I think that looks cool as hell. I don't know if that's felt all the way through, probably, but I think on the Yanagasawas it was just a plastic adjuster, similar to the brass ones that the other horns have, right? I like the white end cap. Lacquer's a cool color. Vito, I don't know, man, not for nothing. If needed a second horn, that's a cool instrument. What do they want? $500? Get out of here. This is so much better than a fucking Mendini or a fucking Blazando or whatever the hell the awful instruments are. $99 on eBay. Fucking terrible, kid. So more 6M, 58, 59, whatever. Late model 10M, cut tone holes. So at least the guy's saying what it is. Is it silver? What does that look like? What's the look on that? It's just delacquered. Huh. What is it? $1,000 horn? I don't know if that's a $1,000 horn. We didn't even look at it that close. With L apostrophe vintage. Okay, what are you trying to say? $700. It's probably an early, right. But what are you trying to say? What's the letter L you're talking about? Come on, New York Meyer. Come on, New York Meyer. Nope. That's like the craps at the, shoot the dice. Is there a New York Meyer in the case? That's how I got one of mine. I didn't buy the horn, just the mouthpiece. I paid up, believe me. Another Soprano, $2,500. Come on, buddy. So you just get one picture. That's pretty beat up. It's always weird. These little the B pearl is so small. It's a little of an odd feeling. You get used to it real fast, but another baritone. We like to look at the baritones. Check them out. This is a disaster. Oh man, look at that! Woo! Fucking jackpot. Look, you're already in the jackpot. I'm trying to get you out of it. Look at this here. Woo, man. Can of worms. Naked Lady Alto. Nice. There you go. This is an original lacquer. Whoa. This has got the silver key touches. So does that make this not a Naked Lady? Does this make this... $20M or $26M, right? Or whatever that's supposed to say. Took a pretty big humdinger here, but years ago. Look how old that damage is. Wow. That's like original. Like you might as well leave it. Might have been done on purpose. Maybe Emilio did that. Speed holes. Let's go back a few pictures. Does that bell look a funny shape to you? I don't know. It's probably just the picture. Interesting saxophone. Have we seen a neck yet? Is there a neck? Good. Okay, there's a neck. But there's only one picture of it. And is that, come on, New York Meyer. New York Meyer. Come on, New York Meyer. No whammies, no whammies. New York Meyer, New York Meyer. No whammies, stop. And I don't think it is, but anyway. Neck's there. Look at that. That's a good fix right there. Like, that's grandpa fix. Well, I got some electrical tape and we'll use a little string. Trust me, it'll work. Your grandma doesn't know. It's going to work just fine. All right. So another rare. Whoa, we got a curved soprano. Okay, not for nothing. That's interesting. Like just as something you just like throw around. It's got pads in it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Interesting shit, man. I'm telling you. The neck looks a little janged, a little jankied up, but they all are, right? I would imagine that they're all sort of a disaster and a half. No pearls, man. That's fucking interesting. But the guy wants to. If that were like $300, I'd buy it right now. Which is what the button says. Buy it right now. But no, this is the guy who wants almost $3,000 for it. I don't know, man. I mean, it's rare, but it doesn't. It's not worth that. And just look at the same guy, same pictures, right? It's got to be the same dude. He's got a nickel-plated C melody. Nickel? Gross. No dice, dude. Not even looking at your weird shit. Not doing it. 70s baritone. 24M. Yeah, it was really old. 5-digit serial number, Frank. But still, $2,700? Come on. So, next. I mean, I think we've seen all the good stuff. Now we're down at the stuff that are these sort of forever listings that never go away. And you see a lot of them. Antique shops, stuff like that. Nickel, this can't be old pads. Are those Prestini, the ones that came in boxes? Is that one of those are? Those whatever pads? Frank would know. There's a little metal, something showing through there. This thing's a little gross. My gut tells me that this is a weird horn. All right. So, yeah. Anyway, here's another. I mean, look, the Sopranos. I would love to play one. It's years since I did, you know. It's been years. Later's, well, not too late serial number. 200,000. But Chewberry era is like, 280,000 ish, right? 70, 80, 90. Something like that. Oh, copyright material warning. Not doing it. Good catch. All right, so we're at, that's enough of that horn. Let's move on from that one. So let's change gears and go to King. So I know even less about these, but they're cool. Altos are really the whereas in the con world, yeah, it's tenors really. You know, a lot of people play con tenors and accept them as really good horns. In the alto world, it's the kings, the super 20s, more so than the 6Ms and the other cons. People play all of them, but with Cannonball and Bird having played the kings, it's a big part of the folklore of these instruments is how they were involved in the history of the music. For me, anyway. I've only played one or two proper king tenors. Silver Sonic, earlier period. I played more altos in the king department. So let's see what we got here. So we go right away. We have a tenor actually, but here we got a King Zephyr tenor. Let's check out a Zephyr tenor. For some reason, some of these don't open up Hey, open up. All right, well, anyway, this one looks pretty late in the run, I would say. 2 bids, $900. Yeah, this listing is not giving me a good picture here. Let's try another one. King Super 20 1957 Classic Beast. Wow, this horn looks pretty nice. You know, this will assume relacquered, I suppose. So that looks pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty nice horn. You know, engraving's not too covered up. This could be original finish. I don't know. Hard to say. Where was that neck? So the neck, there's only one picture of the neck. That's a pretty interesting saxophone. What's the guy want for it? $4,000. What is he saying? Totally original. Lacquers in good condition. Or one owner from new. The original condition is rare. Find serious buyers only. I know the baffles. No low ballers. No low hanging ballers. No bowl ballers. No low lobblers. And no blah blah blah. So he's pretty serious. This guy's pretty serious, you know. He's not fucking around, you know. Antique. So you got to work. So you put that word antique in front of a saxophone, you got problems. Antique means doesn't play any notes. I love the sort of domed shape to the keypads of Kings. Not a dome, but they have these sort of conical, for like the convex surface here from a point, you know, as opposed to rounded. These are I always liked how that looks on these horns. Always did then, yeah. Man, I remember at Rayburn's, these horns coming in. It was a single case with 2 saxophones in it. And it was this era, Zephyr, or maybe a little earlier, King. And they were matte gold plated. And it was a matching set, Alto and Soprano. They were incredible. You know, that was one of the most amazing things I ever saw. Because they were totally unplayed. Mint fucking condition. Unreal. Craziness. And, you know, sell it as a set, and, you know, collector, I'm sure, bought it. Super 20 Alto. See so many of these. Like, here's one from the 70s. So it's, you know, it's a King Super 20, but it's not, you know, not what they used to make. But, you know, maybe it's a pretty good horn, you know. I knew a kid who had one of these, and this version of the pinky table, or the spatula keys, as I grew up calling them, was really stiff and kind of hard to deal with. For me, that's kind of how I think of cons. I think of them as, you know, a little good tone, but a little more rough to play. Let's see what this one's got going on. Silver plated. But they didn't really do that, right? So whatever is going on with this horn, it's a restoration, right? King Zephyr. Yeah, I mean, I'd say this is a souped up horn, like a restoration. They plated the horn up. Probably because it was relacquered and not too great looking. Store professional King Zephyr tenor, silver plated with gold lacquered keys. What do they want for this? $2,400? I mean, that's not terrible money. Huh. Interesting. I mean, you know, if you're a young guy and you need a horn, pick that thing up, you know. Hope it's got good pads on it. And I mean, fucking say a prayer before you hit that button. So this is kind of interesting. I love the look of that. The color on that thing. Neck is pretty collapsed here. That's pretty bad on that neck. That's no picnic right there. That's kind of what does this horn in, isn't it? It's otherwise a very nice King. Look at it. The color, the lacquer, it's got the look for sure. But that neck is toast. Yeah, it's too bad. I don't know about you guys, but I generally find that the neck is it, you know. if you, it's very hard to find replacement necks. It's very hard to fix them when they're that badly damaged. And they generally play good on their original neck. You know, it's very hard to find a good replacement neck for a horn that really, if you know what an original neck plays and feels like. You know, if you're not familiar with horns and you find an old horn that doesn't have the neck, you know the neck, and you have what you have, and it is what it is, and you play it the way you play it. But that's a whole nother issue. I don't think this is original. This has, like, maybe, is this original? This little bridge between these two keys? I guess this is an older, well, it says Zephyr, so. It says Zephyr, so I don't know. Yes, Frank, it is a bootleg. It is indeed. From over the summer. Undisclosed location. Pre-collapse of democracy. Well, kind of. Here we go. King Super 20. Sterling silver neck, full pearls. Look at that. Now this is worn down. There's not much left on them pearls, but look at the color of that horn, man. Whew. That thing's got the look. Woo! Tight. Look at that thing. Pearls look good. Pretty worn down. I like the two braces on the low C. I've never noticed that before. Do they all have that? Is that added on? Is this a counterfeit saxophone? Am I crazy? I love that it's got the engraving on the key cups. Hard to see because it's so oxidized. Yeah. It's a nice horn. I love this. The earlier... Okay, stop doing that. The earlier key spatulas here. The pinky table, whatever you guys call it. That is killer. The small ones that are worn, that are shaped like that. That's it. Woo! Frank says most have that little extra C thing. Cool. Never really noticed that. This horn is fucking rad, dude. I dig the shit out of this horn. You know, you'd have to... Who knows? Look at the tarnish and this. That's fucking killer. Who knows how the pads are? The pads look like they could be older. I don't know. But maybe, what are we looking at here, then? Guy wants $5,300 for it, so he knows what it is. It's a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this guy's pretty straightforward about everything. Yeah, that's cool. Rocky Mountains. Man, that's a nice horn. Fucking hell. Little pricey. But, you know, I'd say that horn has potential. It might be a little much. But I'm also not comfortable with how much they go for. King Zephyr baritone. You know, maybe I want that horn to be worth less than it is. Maybe that's a good number for that horn. I don't know. Too beat up. Man, that's a bummer, but you know, it's old baritone, right? I like it's got B flat and B on either side. The Super 20 baritones are weird. They're like all bell. They're very strange. Early Super 20 Alto, 1947. Grab your checkbook, kid. Let's get it. Woo! Look at this thing. Now I think this has the Zephyr, the very earlier ones. This is what I would rather not have. So for me, I'd want the Alto after this that has those rounded pinky keys. Whatever the hell you call them. I don't know what the hell you call them. Right? But this has got a good color to it. Did it say Zephyr and I'm just crazy? No, it's a Super 20. Right. Yeah, this is a nice horn. I like this thing. What do you want for it? A little jackpot right there, but that's nothing. $5,000. Yeah, well, you know. It's a fucking nice Alto. Alright. SML France King Soprano. Okay, this is interesting. I'd always want to check out one of these. So we have... everything's pretty much in line, but we have modern style palm key setup. So we don't have that jive Selmer thing. All right. Old pads on it, you know. Very yellow in color, but that looks like that's the way they came. I mean, that looks pretty good, that engraving. I'd say this is the color it was. SML mouthpiece, cool ligature. I'll bet that ligature is neat. It's the right brass and the right thickness. That looks like a pretty cool ligature. And you know, that's an old mouthpiece, so it's probably good rubber, right? Send that to a guy, have that done up. Forget about it. I want to know more about that mouthpiece. I don't know, is it a round chamber? Is it a square chamber? Mouthpiece, where are you? I bet that's a neat mouthpiece. But you're going to spend $2 grand just to get it out of the horn case? You know what I'm talking about. Not going to do it. Retro case. $500 for a retro case. Okay, can we just talk about that? All right, well, an old case. I don't know, man. Okay, Kilworth Tone King. We might have found the most weird instrument. Man. So we're in King territory, so this doesn't have anything to do with Kilworth, but sometimes this happens. Look at this thing. Rolled tone holes. You've got an extra high E. Look at this. Look at this. We have found our winner, folks. I think that we have found our winner for today. I forget what it was on the con side that was our winner. I think it was that really shitty horn with the spray on it. On this side, we found a cool horn. Come on, give me my next page here. Oh, it's Worldwide Sax. So there's the catch. Maybe there's something wrong with it. Maybe not, but... Meyer G mouthpiece, remember those? Button for the thumb touch, that's kind of interesting. Interesting octave mechanism. Plastic bodyguard. Only two sides to the... This horn is bizarre. Look at this thing. Roman Mullenhauer Fulda. What the F? Tone King. Rolled tone holes, metal... What? What is going on? What are we talking about? Serial number on the neck. Forget about it. JK for Kilworth. Made in Germany. German Thunder. Look at this. Look at that. That is cool, dude. I suppose I've seen these plastic guarded horns before, but I certainly didn't expect to see one today. You've got a small high F key touch. That's fucking cool. You've got high F sharp. Okay. So we've learned something. This is not a second high E. This is high F sharp. They put high F sharp there. They're like, fuck it. Or maybe they were specifically like, well, Selmer puts it where? Fuck that. Yeah, this guard is plastic, Melanie. On this horn, the key guards, this whole thing is plastic. And then on the other side also, here, the dealie, the leg guard, close guard. I gotta say, guys, I think we found our winner, even though it was not a con or a king. But this J. Kilworth saxophone is nuts. Who knows if it even plays any good? But I love it. I think it is cool, man. This is cool. So, that's a cool instrument. I'll tell you what. So, you know, I'd say that's a good place to call it. That's what I like to do. On the last one I did, I found a mouthpiece that really took the cake, and that's where I called it. So, I hope you enjoyed this little sort of odd hang, geeky stuff. You couldn't do this too often, but we still have a few things left. We still have Selmer saxophones left. other things we could search for. Sometimes you just put in like soprano saxophone, and you get all kinds of weird other instruments and shit. We got other alto mouthpieces, soprano mouthpieces. We have stuff like that we could do. So there's other stuff we can do here on Roast eBay. Not for nothing, guys. This is kind of fun to do. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time looking at weird shit with me, and I'll try to find some good bootlegs to play. Gotta watch out for copyrighted material. So it's hard to play music for these kind of things because they're really listening now. These algorithms are not joking around. So luckily they're only screwing working musicians trying to have a life and have fun and whatever, but when they really turn it around on us and they really use it to, I don't know, that gets crazy. Let's not get too dark. Let's not get into the conspiracy theories or the fear of the future. My brother said something funny the other day. He called me worst case scenario Volker. And I said, boy, that's great. I like that. And we'll do that. So thanks for watching. Also, soon check out my YouTube for the Supple Electro Jams for the different comedy stuff and the jazz, free jazz jams, live jams I've been doing. There's going to be a new series, Jazz Night with Andy, coming also. We'll be presenting some of the stuff I recorded over the summer. So a couple of things going on to keep an eye out for. And more of these weird hangs. Why not? Hey, do it. Why not do it? Is it fun? You had fun? Then go ahead and do it again, guy. Hey, forget about it. So thanks, everybody, for being here with me. Hope you had a good time. And I'll see you on the next one.